Okay, there. Let's make sure. Okay, yes. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make that, well, because every time I do that, it ends up becoming a whole to-do with the stream health. Okay, that's better. Let me make sure. Now it might help if I do that. Okay. Alright, good. Alright, that was the big issue there. For some strange, stupid reason, probably because I haven't opened it in so long, OBS wanted to update, and on top of OBS wanting to update, then Discord wanted to update on my computer. So, that was a pain in my ass, but it is what it is. So, if you couldn't tell, today we're going to be doing another fan night, hence why Discord is open. Shut up. But anyway, so everything's up and running now finally. I also, like a dumbass, ended up taking entirely way too long in my shower, and mostly because I wasn't quite sure exactly what it was I was going to talk about. So before we jump into the fan night and get everything going, like I said, it's been a while. I've been busy with work. It's been completely kicking my ass. Um, all sorts of hell broke loose. I'm not going to go into full detail, but basically the long and the short of it is we had a 4-man team. We gained another person, became a 5-man team. Everything was good. One of the guys decided he didn't want to be part of the crew anymore, I guess. Doing what it is that we do out in the gas station portion of where I work at. Um, so he went back inside to the store. And again, I have to be slightly vague only because I signed an NDA, as with most of the companies that I work with now, and a lot of that has to do with people doing streaming shit. But basically, the company that I work for is a grocery store that happens to have a gas station attached to it. That's all I'm saying. You could draw your own conclusions from there. But basically, inside the store lost a bunch of people, so they won't give that guy back. Because one of the people that we ended up getting, they hired him. He was out there for like 3 weeks, and then they fired him almost immediately because one little blip came back on his background check. The one person that we had got to put us to a 5-man crew, um, basically, she's a college kid. She's leaving as of the 10th, so we no longer have access to her. So it went from 5 to 4 to 5 because, like I said, the guy who got fired for the blip made it 5. Then we went back down to 4. The one girl, like I said, she's leaving, so now we're down to 3. And one of the girls that works with us, her kid ended up breaking either his foot or his ankle or something along those lines. So pretty soon, depending on what happens with her kid, we're going to be down to 3 people. Or no, excuse me, 2 people running the gas station portion of this grocery store. So, since I'm one of those 2 people and I'm the boss, literally I'm the one that's in charge. It's kind of been a little bit of some hell. So that's kind of what's been keeping me away from doing these streams. I just wanted to kind of apologize about that up top. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to be doing, just simply because I haven't had the time. Like, literally, unless I win the lottery, like, not a joke, I'm going to have to win the frickin' lottery in order to actually be able to, like, continue doing the streams. Um, in the fashion that I was doing them before. Or at the very least, if I'm not winning the lottery, then the other thing that I'm gonna need to do um, is essentially make like a literal fuck ton of money off of all of this overtime, and it's minimum wage work. Good luck with that. So, like I said, up top, I don't know how many more streams I'm gonna be able to do, unless some shit drastically changes at work. Or like I said, I quit my job and become a billionaire. You know what I mean? To be able to just simply do all this for fun. So we'll see how this goes. But Madness Raider Tricky the other day, he made mention it's his birthday coming up. It'd be cool to do a fan night. So I'm gonna do a fan night guaranteed with Madness Rider Tricky if I could fucking speak today. You tell how well this is going. Um, but yeah, I took entirely too long in the shower just trying to be like, hey, what the hell are we going to talk about today? And then realizing, oh, wait, we're doing this with the fans. So, since we're doing this with the fans and since I'm so late, since I had to do a little bit of some housekeeping, let's pop into general here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see how this works. Do a little audio level adjusting as need be, and kind of go from there. So, let's get to it, people. Ah, good. Okay, so that's working.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Okay, time to see if this is gonna be like the I guess not last time where it's been like an hour before another person joins.
Right.
Let's hope not because
It'll be fine, man. All
I
right, there we
mean
go. Oh man, that was such a pain in my neck too, dude. Like I started trying to get everything set up. OBS needed to do an update, Discord needed to do an update, and I'm like, man, this is what I get for only using my computer to play like personal games anymore.
hey, do you still stream? Because I haven't seen many new episodes in your
N-
channel, to be honest.
I mean, no, to be fair, when it comes down to it, the big major driving issue with me streaming as of late has essentially been work. Like Bill said in the last Sentai review that we did yesterday. Which, to be fair, anybody who's new to this channel, we're all a part of a group called Fandom Night on YouTube here. We do several different shows. One of them is usually a live stream done every other Saturday called Sentai Review. Hence why a lot of the guys, including Tricky here, they kind of hang out and do stuff. Which, to be fair, Tricky's one of the guys who ends up going out and getting all of the stuff for us in terms of the pictures and that.
Yeah, you do realize you're talking to that guy, right? Because
Oh
you're
yes, yes.
saying it
No, I know.
like I'm another person.
No, I know.
like
I'm saying it to the random people who may have stumbled across this. But basically, what ended up happening is because we all work, basically 9 to 5 jobs. I mean, to be fair, the hours aren't exactly 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. My day usually starts at like 4:30 in the morning, just because that's about the time I have to wake up to start getting ready to be to work, because I have to be there at 5:45 in the morning to get everything set up for the gas station that I run. Get all the paperwork done, get all the coolers open, get everything set up because it's an outdoor gas station. And once I get everything set up and running, then from 6 o'clock until 2:15, I basically have to deal with waiting on customers, restocking coolers, answering general questions on the telephone from, John Q. Public, who calls and goes, "What's your price on gasoline?" To which I have to reply, "Sorry, it's a company-wide policy. We're not supposed to give that information out over the phone. How's about you check online or go ahead and drive by, come on out and see what the gas price is. Hey, while you're here, you might as well get some fucking gasoline." Um, Yeah, I know.
Oh
Both
god
in
damn it.
Discord and in
Oh
YouTube.
oh god damn it.
But yeah, no, like I said, that's my day. Nick's day's a little different, Scott's day's a little different, Shane's day's a little different, everybody's day is a
And to
little bit
think you
different.
live in the United States, which is richer than my country.
Well, while you're not
So,
wrong, the problem comes down to a matter of they don't pay people a living wage. Like, because I am classified as a team lead at my job, my pay rate ends up being 14.50 an hour, which for most people they'd be like 14.50, holy hell, yeah, I'll take that all day. But where I live at, my rent is 610 a month because it went down because we got the cats taken off because my fiance was able to get a medical excuse for them as emotional support animals. But come January, my rent is going to bump up to 700 a month. I've got a credit card payment that I have to make. I've got to pay for internet. I've got to pay for my cell phone and her cell phone. I've got to, buy groceries. I've got to pay for power. I've got to pay for gas. I like there's just like a whole bunch of bills. So while 1450 sounds good on paper, it's not. And then since I also end up being a team lead, I get a 40-cent premium, so my actual like pay amount, like my pay rate is like 14.90 an hour. And then of course
hmm,
because I'm a team lead, I'm supposed to get like every so often they're supposed to give me like a almost like a Christmas bonus every couple months. So
hmm.
that'll be fucking sweet sometime soon. They'll be like, "Hey, here's an extra like $500 on your paycheck." I'll be like, "Cool. The how much of this is the government taking?" Most of it. So, which I figured if
Oh,
we
hey,
complained enough,
Retro.
somebody would
Hey,
show
what's
up.
up, motherfuckers?
What up, Retro? How's it been, man?
It's been going pretty well.
I get
Uh,
that one. Well, kind
I
of yes
was
and kind of
just
no.
talking about. I was hoping. I was just talking about how I was hoping that we wouldn't be like an hour with just us. Like
Right,
I guess two streams ago where Ronin came in at like the 40-minute mark or something.
right. Well, again, that's everybody's got to work and everybody's got shit going on. Like I said, up top on my stream, which is why I didn't jump in immediately. I haven't been streaming much because work has been kicking my ass. Because like we gained a
I know
guy,
that
lost
feeling.
another guy, gained a girl. That girl is leaving soon because she's just a college kid and she's got to go back home, which is literally like a fucking 30 to 40 minute fucking drive from where we work at. But she's going back home. So now we're losing her. Another girl, her kid ended up breaking his fucking ankle and she can't find
Man,
either a pediatric walker or pediatric crutches in our area because I guess kids are just that fucking frail because they don't teach you to drink your milk and grow strong bones anymore. So he broke his fucking broke his foot or his ankle or whatever. So now she's got to take a family leave for like the next 3 weeks to get him taken care of, and it's like, fuck me. I'm basically 7 days in a row or like literally fucking my schedule looks like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all of them 5:45 in the morning until 2:15 in the afternoon. And my boss literally goes, "Wait, you're set up for 14 in a row like every single day for the next 2 weeks?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you working Thanksgiving?" I go, "Yeah." He
oh
goes,
Lord.
Well, I purposely set myself up for working Thanksgiving because I had originally given myself Tuesday and Saturday off.
Ah,
That way then it wouldn't seem that bad, and then I'd get the holiday pay. So I was like, okay,
right.
yeah, I can do that fucking standing on my head, no worries. Well, then it turned into, hey, your like literally last week was I had Monday off to take my girl to a doctor's appointment, and then I was going to have Saturday off originally to hang out with the guys. Then it became, hey, my mom is moving out of her apartment in with her new boyfriend. We need to go help her move. And then all this shit went down, and now I literally my last day off was on fucking Monday, and my next day off won't be until Thanksgiving because the boss said, Don't even worry about coming in. We'll figure something out. We'll get somebody to come in and do the paperwork. And if need be, we'll just slap a sign in the window that says nobody's here. Pay at the gas pump, and fuck it. I'm like, are you sure? He goes, yeah. So okay. Well, the reason why Saturday fell through is because my coworker, who her kid broke his ankle, she was supposed to cover for me on Saturday so I could go do, move the in-law out of her fucking place. And now it's like, hey, cool. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 9 fucking days I gotta work. And now there's literally going to be nobody because she was supposed to have been my relief that day. So they were like, yeah, no, she'll come in at 10. She can work from 10 to 3. That's no fucking big deal. Whatever. Now all of a sudden there's going to be fucking nobody there. And I'm like, how are we going to handle
Oh,
this?
rock.
Yeah. So the boss basically said, yeah, just slap a window or slap a sign in the window, slap a window in the sign. That'd be a little ridiculous. But slap a sign in the window that says break the glass. Yeah, no shit. Fucking going stone cold, stone cold. Anyway. But now I have to go in Thursday morning from 5:45 until like 6 or 6:15 just to do the paperwork, hang the sign that says nobody's here, fucking deal with it, and then go home. I'm like, wait, hold up, is this real life? You
I
like
mean, it's just a half an hour. I
right.
get it's really early, but it's just a half an hour.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. So now you're gonna have me come in, but only for like 15, 30 minutes to do a couple things, and then I can fuck off, and I still get the rest of the day.
I mean,
what?
There are things that other people could do technically. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
that is so. It's so fucking stupid. Like that's my point. Like how fucking dumb is this? Where you're literally gonna force me to come in for 15 fucking minutes or 30 fucking minutes to do some paperwork, tell a couple people fuck off. Which if you're gonna let me tell customers to fuck off and get away with it, I'm 1,000% for it. Like I was saying earlier, like the $14.90 an hour that I make, that's nothing if you're literally going to tell me I could tell customers to fuck off for like the 15 minutes I'm there. Fucking keep the paycheck for the day. Keep the holiday pay for that matter. I could tell customers to fuck off and not get fired. I'm down, man. I'm 1,000% in on this. Let's go. Let's fucking go. But
this is probably the funniest thing you've told me since recently with Shane's rage with his fire butt monkey.
oh god, yeah. Like it's just like shit is so fucking ridiculous. Like it was so ridiculous that I got home. Like I got off work, I left early because I skipped my lunch break, only because Sunday is the absolute worst day for grocery stores in America. And the only reason being is because most people are out at church on a Sunday, so of course they're like, well, we're already out. Let's go to the grocery store. We can pick up whatever we need for the week. If I need to get, lunches for work, whatever. So everybody comes in, they do what the fuck they got to do. I know since we're already down like too many people inside, like they just launched like a curbside pickup at work. Like just fucking did it. And they started with like 25 people and they lost about 14 over the course of 1 week. One of them was some girl literally walked in and started screaming at one of the ladies that does like the self checkout. Like her job is to just make sure that the registers don't fuck up and your coupons go through, and if there's a problem, she gets it taken care of. She's been working there, like everybody there jokes, she's been working there since like the first supper or the last supper, you know what I mean? Like Jesus, what a party to steal from fucking Rob Paulson. um but it's one of those things where she's been there for fucking years, man. Like my coworker who her kid broke her ankle, her mother worked at the same store that we both work at until her mom slipped and fell in one of the coolers because she was in the dairy, or no, she was in the deli, not in dairy, but she was in the deli. She went into the walk-in cooler. There was a little bit of ice buildup. She slipped, fell, and busted her back. And that's about the time that her mom stopped working there, mostly because they were like, okay, we'll placate you for a couple of months and do some of the restrictions and shit. Like you can only work a couple hours every week, no heavy lifting duty, that type of shit. And then eventually they said, yeah, no, we can't live under these restrictions for any more than 2 months. Bye. And basically fired her ass. Which that's its own bullshit. But no, like I said, this lady had been working with my coworker's mom when she started, which her mom started working there when she was like little, like about the same age as her kid, which is like 4 or 5. And this girl literally walked up to her, was like, "I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, lady. What the fuck is your problem?" Blah blah blah. And
Jesus.
right, and the lady that she's yelling at is one of the sweetest, nicest people you will ever meet in your entire life. Like she'll bend over backwards to fucking help you if you need it. And she's like, "I'm gonna beat your fucking ass." Like exactly like that
Okay,
on the
what
floor in
the
front of customers, and they were like, "Fucking pack your shit and go, man." So I understand that inside is so fucking ridiculous, but it's gotten to that point where I know they can't send anybody out for me to get a lunch break. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got an extra 30 minutes. Fuck it, I'm leaving early because what am I going to do? Log out, say I went on lunch and then just never came back?
Right.
They can log that as abandonment at that point. So I'm just like, I'm done for the day. Fuck it. I got my 8 hours in. I'm out. And literally right as I fucking walk in the door to my apartment, all of a sudden my phone starts ringing. I'm like, why is my phone ringing? And I look and it's my mom and I'm like, hello? She goes, hey, I hadn't heard from you in a while. Just, checking in, make sure you're okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm still alive. Work got fucking crazy. And I explained to her all the shit that I've explained to you guys. And I was like, yeah, no. And, at least luckily now I've got Thanksgiving off so we can go to, the in-laws place, her and her new boyfriend's place and do Thanksgiving
Right.
over there and everything will be fine.
Mhm.
And she goes, oh, well, that's kind of the only reason why I was calling is I was trying to see if you had any Thanksgiving plans, because if you didn't, I was going to say, come on over to my place. But it's okay, whatever. I'm like, so you literally called, took up like 45 minutes of my life just to be like, hey, do you have Thanksgiving plans? When you literally could have started with that. Just, hey, I'm just checking in, seeing if you have any plans for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. Well, I know you're alive. How's work? Well, work's been crazy. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I love you. Bye. Like, I literally, while I'm on the phone talking to my mother, and I know this is TMI shit, but I literally, while talking with my mother, got undressed, went to the bathroom, took a shit, got done talking with her, had 2 fucking cigarettes. Finally, she hangs up, and then I flushed and fucking took a shower, and now here I am. It's like, what? Like, I literally just got done telling you, I got shit to do, man. Let me go do shit. I already took a shit. Let me do some shit. So it's been like a nutty last couple fucking months, man. So like even while I was in the shower, I ended up taking the shower for too long because I'm sitting here like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? And like I started thinking like I just kind of let my mind wander. It ended up going to like an old friend of mine who I hadn't seen in like forever. Oh hey, Type Fruits.
Hey guys,
What up?
how you guys been today?
Oh man, it's been a crazy day. That's what I'm telling these fuckers about.
Oh
Um,
shit.
but yeah, no. So like, I'm in the shower, just letting my mind wander. I'm thinking to an old friend of mine I hadn't thought of in fucking years. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, maybe we could talk about her. And then my mind immediately cut to the time that I saw fucking Nick's penis, and I'm like, why the fuck did you go there?
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the
Oh,
fuck?
okay. So now this story I gotta tell. Okay.
I pay my rent.
Oh god.
Right.
No, TMI, TMI.
Well, okay, so here's the circumstance. Now, this was many, many moons ago, so statute of limitations is up on this. But it was so fucking long ago. I'm not even gonna give away the year just fucking in case. But he was talking about one of his exes, how they had recently become exes and all this other shit. And we're just hanging out, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, check out this picture. Hey man, check out this picture." and they're not of his ex. It's just like, hey, here's some porno pics I found. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh wow.
Well, he's flipping through the
What the fuck?
pictures. He's flipping through the pictures. One of them did end up being his ex.
When's a dick pic?
Well, yes, you already beat me to the punch there. He shows me a
God
picture.
damn it, I was joking.
Oh no, he shows me a picture of his ex. He flips to the next picture and it ends up being of him, and he goes, "Pretend you never saw that," and immediately flips to the next picture. And it's like, well, first of all, if you wouldn't have said nothing, I just would have thought, oh, fucking random picture, whatever. Because it's him about to put in on his ex. So if he wouldn't have said shit, right, like if he wouldn't have said shit, I wouldn't have thought nothing about it. I've been like, oh, it's a picture of a dude about to fuck his girl, whatever. But because he goes, yeah, yes. So because he had said, hey, pretend you never saw that picture, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's a picture of Nick's cock about to go into his ex-girlfriend.
What the fuck? That was Nick.
Right? And I'm like, what the fucking hell?
You said Bill. I thought you said Bill.
Oh no, to be fair, the closest to that is Bill and I had lived together at one point in time. And him and one of his exes had just gotten done having sexy time. I didn't realize this, and I'd woke up and went to go to the bathroom, and all I saw was a silhouette, like, stumbling through the darkness trying to get to the bathroom, because the way that the apartment was set up, you walk in the door, you're in the living room, you go forward a little bit, there's like a kitchen area, and then you have to go through their bedroom to get to the bathroom. It is the most retarded way to set up a fucking apartment ever. But I kind of wake up, I see a silhouette, and all of a sudden they're like covering up. And they're like, you up? I'm like, I gotta pee. And literally just stumbled to the bathroom, took a piss, and then went back and lay back down on my air mattress and went to sleep. I don't think he thought I saw anything, but like I said, I saw like a half a shadow for a half a second, and I'm like, it is what it is. I'm not fucking worried about it. I mean... And to be fair, this is nothing compared to some of the shit I saw later on with that exact same ex that Bill was with at the time. After they had split, she found another dude. You know, they got married, so plenty of time had passed. But her and her now ex-husband, because I'm still, you know, really good friends with her. In fact, she's going to be one of the best men in my wedding. But the two of them were swingers, and they would get a bunch of their other friends together and literally just hold like a 4 or 5 person orgy. I was not allowed to participate.
What the fuck is wrong with your friends?
I love my friends. Fuck off. But yeah, no, like,
please put them in a fucking madhouse.
well, okay. So my friend, I'm not going to name names here, but my female friend, she works at a sex shop. Now, Scotty, he'll know almost instantly because he knows the group. But she worked at the sex shop for years, and one of her jobs at the sex shop is any new porno titles that would come in, she would have to watch them, kind of review the material, figure out whether it's, you know, lesbian, you know, straight sex, you know, a gay porno, whether there's like certain actions going on, like if it's a fucking like 16-person orgy with an all bukkake scene, you know, like.
Hey, I got it.
Right.
Hey, carry on.
I'm moving on. That was the last I was getting to. But yeah, so she had to review it and figure out, okay, is this softcore, hardcore, blah, blah, blah. So she wouldn't review it. She would have me come over, watch the porno, and then kind of be like, okay, so it's like this, you know. Because people who go into a sex shop are 9 times out of 10, they're like, should I even be here? Why the fuck am I here? Blah, blah, blah.
So, Seth,
You
Mhm.
did her
so
job for her.
it was the hentai review.
Kinda, yes. Yes. Because she would get those in too, and she hates fucking animated anything. So she's like, fucking you watch this garbage. And be like, alright, whatever. So literally, it would be, I would come,
Time to make that a new show on Newgrounds or something.
well,
Fucking
okay,
hentai
so
review.
here's the best part.
Or once.
Right. Yeah, I saw a porno once. The women never came. But no, we jokingly we referred to it as porn and whipped cream night because
Ah,
there's a spiked whipped cream that you could get. It's made with grain alcohol and it's meant for like Irish coffees. So we would get like fucking like the grain alcohol whipped cream. Everybody would pass it around, do like a couple shots of fucking whipped cream, and then have mixed drinks before they would start fucking. Because I was a virgin at the time, they wouldn't allow me to participate in the fucking like 4 or 5 person orgy. So it would literally be me sitting on their couch with my feet up watching Netflix or like whatever random porno she brought over to be reviewed. There'd just be naked bodies everywhere, and I'd be sitting there like, "Hey, hey, can you guys keep it down? I'm trying to watch this movie. It's about to get to the best part." You know what I mean? So like I said, my life is fucking crazy as it is. You know what I mean? Like Nick being like, "Hey, pretend you never saw that picture of me about to rail my ex-girlfriend," or like a shadow outline of like Bill's penis. That's fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
how about we change the fucking subject? This is making me way
I got
too
a
uncomfortable.
story, and it's horrible because it would happen when me, my sister, and my brother were very little. Me,
mm,
my like
I mean,
back when I was young, there was a cousin of mine. Well, he's a very distant cousin. Was
mhm,
had a kid, and he was about to be baptized because we're Catholic.
right.
So we're driving down, and we got ourselves lost, and my mom's driving the car. So we look for directions, and there's this Grand Theft Grand Theft Auto looking couple. Like the one of the guys looks like like one of the protagonists or antagonists from Grand Theft Auto.
Uh huh.
Tall, bald, white trash, furry jacket, just like trying to fix. I think their car broke down, and this skeevatsy as hell
Oh yeah.
hooker looking lady. And my mom just decided to ask, "Hey, do you know where we could find?" And this woman turned immediately around and said, "Turn around, God, turn around, bitch, just turn around."
Wow.
Like the window was open, and me, my sister, and my brother. My sister was like 13. I think I was like 10, and I think my brother was like 8. And then we were like looking at like completely mortified. My mom just replied, "You know what? God bless you. God bless you." It was like the most horrendous incidences I've ever met in my life. But this isn't taking account to recently when I was on a walk and I saw a huge ass bear come right down the street, and I ran like hell, and I ran right back up, and I slammed the garage door shut.
Oh, I can believe
And I
that
just
shit.
fuck.
I just had, and it was, I called the neighbors because, like, we called the neighbors because we were so scared and we, thank God we did, because that bear was right up to their front lawn the
Oh
next few
God.
hours.
Fuck
Oh,
that.
now I heard it correctly, and okay,
I couldn't
okay.
leave the house for, like, I could leave the house, but I would never go for a walk for at least a week.
Oh, I can believe
I
that shit.
mean,
I mean,
oh,
and now you're talking that, and
oh,
all I could think of is like one of the shows that I watch like almost regularly. I almost never miss an episode. I haven't been able to watch it live, but I usually end up watching like the D&D that like Takahata 101 started with the Unexpectables. And they've got like, so there's the Unexpectables, which is the main show. You've got like Prince Division, which is one of the side shows, and then Gateway, which is another one of the sides, and it's all D&D. So I usually watch that, and it fucking, keeps me entertained. But their DM, which is Taka's sister, Monty Glue, because they live in Canada, like rural Canada, she's always talking about how, yeah, no, I went out in the backyard the other day to let my dog out, and fucking there was a bear in the backyard, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. So I had to go back inside and get like, the biggest frying pan I got, and a fucking wooden spoon, and run out into the backyard and screaming while I'm banging it to chase the bear off so the dog can go take a shit. And I'm like, how are you saying this nonchalantly like it's fucking nothing? Like almost like the story I just told. I'm just, yeah, whatever. There was like a fucking 8 person orgy, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, how are you? I say that exactly like she did. Yeah, no, I chased a bear out of my backyard. It's whatever. I'm like, the fuck?
speaking of sexual shit that has happened to us.
Oh, here we go.
was a victim of attempted rape at school. Not
Whoa,
joking.
hold on. What?
Yep. Now we're getting a little touchy. Uh-oh, here comes the YouTube police.
High
Uh-oh.
school, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, like freshman year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yikes.
I'm in fourth year. Like next year I graduate. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So this random ass guy with Tourette's decides to just enter the bathroom while I'm pissing, and then he jumps over the fucking stall wall and starts speaking at me, taking a piss. I flip him off, tell him to fuck off, and well, go on with my business. He just opens up the door,
Uh-oh.
and fucking fucking puts his hand over my mouth and tries to touch me in the dick, basically. So
Eh.
Oh, God.
after I
Damn.
push him, he started trying to spank me, and well, obviously, so I punched him in the face, slap him a couple of times. He tries to punch me. I kick him in the balls and run away to classroom and don't say a thing because I got fucking scared.
Right.
The dude got suspended, but not because of the reasons you think. Because I decided to not tell anything, and
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
the guy wasn't kicked out of the school, and he graduated. But yeah, that happened.
Oh yeah. No, shit like that
Wow.
happens all the time, unfortunately. And sadly it's one of those
Yeah.
things that, most people they either don't want to talk about it or they can't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like eh, again, gonna leave out names,
Didn't
but
manage to do shit. I beat the shit out of him before he could do anything too
right.
harmful, but that still kind of traumatized me.
Oh yeah, no, and like I said, I mean, at least nothing like major happened. You know what I mean? Well, okay, major shit did happen, but not like actual full blown like, uh-oh, here we go. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my sister's friend, like it's one of her best friends. We come to find out like many years later, like her best friend had been, you know, essentially molested and raped by her own father for like years and years and years and years. And none of us fucking knew about it until one day she ended up going to the fucking cops and explaining it. And all of a sudden,
Oh, I
you
thought
know,
she was the
all hell.
molester.
Oh no, no, no. Like her dad did some shit. And like,
Oh, that's even worse. God
right.
damn it.
So eventually his ass, like the police came, they found a whole bunch of like evidence and shit against him and fucking threw his ass in prison. And it's hard to tell if he's still alive or not because, first of all, she's a minor, and even fucking hardened criminals, dudes that are doing time for like killing a motherfucker, they look
Don't
down
marry
on people
children.
like that, you know.
Hate rapists, hate pedophiles.
Hmm.
Basically, they usually beat the shit out of those people in prison, right?
Right, exactly. Like, I think that kind of
serial
explains.
serial killers despise those guys. That's how
Right.
bad the crime is.
Yeah, like fucking Manson would look at this dude and be like, "Wow, you're a bad person." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
my friend Britt, you know what I mean? Like his stepdad was caught doing a bunch of shit like that and literally ended up going down cuz his stepdad was a firefighter, went down into his room, cuz Britt wasn't there, he was working third shift at the time, went down into his room because he had eventually moved into the basement and blew his brains out. And come to find out years later, yeah, it's because his dad was doing shit, and it was like, well, his stepdad was doing shit to like a bunch of his friends, and figured out, yeah, they were basically doing shit in the basement, and that's why they did it. Like at first they thought he just like walked in, felt bad because Brit had asked for like a bunch of shit, like help for like schooling and stuff, and he was like, yeah, we can't do it, we don't have the money. And they thought that's what it was, and then later on found out no, he was doing stuff with a bunch of his like guy friends in the basement, and just bang, like he realized what the fuck he'd done and couldn't live with it. Like either it was he was getting like this close to, hey, it's almost time for prison, and said nope, fuck that, I know what they do, or he just all of a sudden had like a moment of clarity and realized, oh fuck. and just ended it. So, like that shit happens all the time. Like, you know, eh, one of the guys that was on the crew, I'm not going to name names on this one, but one of the guys on the crew said that, his uncle used to molest him and his sister is mentally handicapped, and
Ugh.
he was like that kind of fucked them up like almost for life, because it was one of those things where like his uncle was molesting them and then was having them molest each other type of shit, and he was like, that almost ruined me for my entire life. Like, it took me years to finally find somebody, you know what I mean? Because like his first girlfriend ended up not being until he was like 19, 20, I believe he said, like right around the time that all of us started hanging out, just simply because he was so fucked up from that shit. Stuff like that causes mental scarring. That's one of the few things where, like, I know there's a lot of ooga booga out there in the world, and especially when it comes to like religion and that, but that's one of the things that's almost universally agreed upon by most other major religions, other than, and I hate to say this, but other than like Catholicism. While yes, it's there, there's like so much infighting when it comes to that stuff because of some of the shit that's gone on in the past. But most other
No,
religions.
I know.
Oh no, I know that's the reason why I threw in that caveat. But it's one of those things where almost all of them, they're like, hey, it's like, okay, so it's kind of like with the new Bebop, um, which we could talk about that here in a minute, just to change subject since this is really fucking heavy shit. But in the new
Yeah.
Bebop,
Sorry.
Spike. No, it's fine. But in the new Bebop, fucking Spike even throws it down in one of the things that they're doing, because they're doing some wet work, because it kind of goes a little bit into the backstory of Spike and Vicious. But they're doing some wet work, and all of a sudden, this like social worker walks in with a kid, and Spike points the gun at him, and he goes, "What's your name?" She's like, "It's Brandy." Brandy, I want you to nod your head and confirm that you understand this. You didn't see anything, and I want you to run like hell. And she nods her head, and he goes, "Run!" Because she didn't move. And she takes off with the kid, and Vicious goes, "Why didn't you take him? No witnesses." And he goes, "Because there's one rule in this: no kids. Period." So that's almost how a lot of people see that. You know what I mean? Like fucking, you do shit with the kid, fucking, I'm gonna end you. And of course, John Wick proves you do anything to an animal, and I will fucking end you. Because everybody wants to be John Wick now after what the fuck happened in that first movie. But
Mhm.
So yeah,
now go ahead, man.
even serial killers love animals, so animal
Mm-hmm.
abusers go right with kid abusers.
Right? Exactly. So it's just some god awful bullshit. But like I said, that kind of explains like the group. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us have dealt with different traumas from when we were kids. Everything from like Bill's stuff, which he talks about openly, where like his mom and dad ended up splitting, and then mom basically like kidnapped the sister. So his sister, he had,
God damn it!
yeah, like he basically, he barely knew anything about his sister, except for every now and again when like Facebook and Twitter and other social media came up. Like back in the day, it would have been like fucking High Five and MySpace type of shit. That's how old we are, you know. But he,
Well, I'm going into my 30s, so I'm getting pretty old too.
right. So I was gonna say, you kind of know some of that, but
It
yeah, I mean,
appears I'm the
Mhm.
youngest one here. Then,
yeah, it depends. I was gonna say 32 going on 33 this year, so. But
yeah, I am
no,
youngest one here. Then, if
it's
everyone
fine,
here's like
man.
30,
But yeah, I mean, it's just simply like, it's one of those things where like I said, sister was gone. He made contact over the internet. They kind of kept up, and it literally wasn't until his wedding where he got to see his sister again. Like in the flesh type of thing. Now, to be fair, I'm probably telling that
Mhm.
story wrong, and Bill would correct me. But like shit like that. Like, I don't really know if Nick's had any major traumatic events. Scott won't tell you flat out, but dad left when he was a kid. He doesn't like to talk about it, but yeah, dad left when he was a fucking kid. Shane, I don't really think had anything major. I think out of the entire group, I would say he's the most normal in quotes, obviously. Um, I had some shit go down. I've talked about it at length in the past where like, my sister accused me of some shit, tried to get me thrown in jail for like rape when nothing like that happened. And mostly because
Oh
like my
god damn it!
oh, I know, but
Yeah, I
basically,
remember you talking about that.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Where did you guys live? The ninth circle of hell or something? Because
eh,
that what the hell?
well, okay, so like I said, her best friend, her dad, was doing some shit, and she saw like the outpouring of love that and attention that came to her friend, and my sister, I don't know what it is about her.
Basically, she wanted that.
Pretty much,
Oh
yeah,
god
like
damn it!
my
Attention
sister.
for
Yeah,
attention.
my sister felt like she was living in the shadows. Nobody cared about her. Nobody took her seriously. Nobody was really her friend. Like most of her friends were like
Oh god
her
damn it!
and her twin brother, so my brother's friends. You know what I mean? Because most of them became friends with our brother Eric because her and Eric are twins. So they would, because she basically clung to him, they would become friends with Eric, and then by proxy, they would become friends with my sister. And our stepsister used to like punch and kick and slap and bite and basically like physically abuse us and like cause us to do shit, like the play doctor bullshit. So my sister was like, "Oh, well, we were doing that play doctor bullshit. I'm going to go to the cops and say, "Yeah, no, we were doing that and it's rape." And so there was a while there where I fucking feared for my life thinking I was about to go to fucking jail for some shit that, yeah, it happened, but it was shit like at 5 and 6 years old for me, you know what I mean? Which would have been like 3 and 4 for her. So it's like, hey, shit happens. Like, I'm sorry I did that. It was basically under, fucking violence, do it or else, but like my
I
stepsister and
mean,
I have done like the whole, we've talked about it and made up and hey, we were stupid kids, sorry that happened and everything was fine, but she's still the only one that's holding on to any type of grudge about it. So, like I said, that shit happens. It fucking sucks. It's not good for anybody. It does cause major mental scarring on everyone fucking involved because clearly the person who originated it was fucking already mentally scarred. So it's one of those things
yes.
where it fucking sucks. It really goddamn does, but again, it happens. You know what I mean? That's life. Unfortunately, and I hate to quote Dennis Leary on this one, but shit happens, buy a helmet. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, let's get off this one. So, last
Mm-hmm.
night,
Yeah.
which
Again,
that's
sorry.
no, it's fine, man. But no, that's this is the only reason why we're doing it today and not yesterday, because yesterday I did have free time as well. Um, but my fiance was down in the dumps. We had already started watching the live action Bebop. She was like, I just want to watch Bebop and eat pizza." And I'm like, "How about burritos?" She goes, "Yeah, that's fine too." So we ended up ordering from like a local.
Oh no.
Well, we ended up ordering from Moe's, which is like a fast food, almost like Chipotle, like type of chain. I ended up getting like a quesadilla and a jumbo burrito. She got like a burrito bowl, and we sat down and we finally finished up Bebop. And I gotta say, it dawned on me today because I had posted about it on fucking Friday when we had started Bebop after I got off work. I was like, if you're wanting a shot for shot, actual remake of the show in live action, don't fucking watch it because it's not shot for shot, beat for beat, scene for scene. And like I said, today at work, it dawned on me what the fuck is going on. This is like an alternate universe. Like
Fuck.
hands down, this has to be alternate universe. And this is gonna go heavy spoilers, so if you guys don't want to hear, fucking either mute me on your end or jump out real quick. And this is for anybody listening on the live stream or watching the VOD of this. Fucking skip and come back in like 20 minutes. I'll limit myself to like 20 minutes here. Because I'm not going to give away heavy fucking spoilers, but there is going to be some. So you know what? Here, I got a timer set for 13 minutes for my normal smoke breaks at work for my 15-minute, and go. Okay, so basically everybody is wrong. The only person that is 1,000% dead on accurate ends up being Jet. Jet is the only one that's correct. Faye gets introduced in the very first fucking episode because they did the red eye. You know what I mean? I can't think of the names, but it's the guy and the girl's supposed to be fucking pregnant, but she's actually got red eye tucked up under her stomach and that, like, or well, under where her stomach's supposed to be in the shirt, and they go after that bounty. Fucking Jet and Spike are like, oh man, yeah, no, we're like really, really great best friends and everything. And fucking Faye shows up to collect on the bounty. Faye was never a fucking bounty hunter until like episode 6 or fucking 7. Now all of a sudden she shows up, she's been a fucking cowboy for fucking years type of thing, and she's on par with Spike in terms of her fucking martial arts prowess, like even to the point where she almost beats the ever living shit out of him like twice in the first episode. I'm like, hold up, wait, what? Jet is bitching because he needs money because he has a kid and he needs to get his kid a fucking birthday present because her birthday's coming up soon. Wait, hold up, time out. Wait, what? Jet's got a kid? Oh, and Spike, he's way more goofy and way more aloof than normal. He's just kind of like this laid back, wisecracking, snarky kind of guy. Hold on. And how is it? Oh, and Vicious is already here and he's already planning on taking over the syndicate. What would you time the fuck out? Time the fuck out. We got to put a pin in this. Cuz how the fuck is Spike not fucking Bruce Lee in outer space? That's what the fuck Bebop is. Spike is Bruce Lee in outer space. If he's on the ship and he's not like taking a shit and grabbing a shower or sleeping, he's fucking either training or getting ready for the next fucking bounty. He doesn't say anything unless it means something to say something. Yes, he could be a little bit goofy at times and kind of, not so much like Jackie Chan with fucking douchebag snark. But what? Faye is not a hardcore badass. Faye is some girl who got woke the fuck up 4 years ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago, she got woke up out of a cryo tube, lost all of her memory because she was in cryo sleep, which is common for people in cryo sleep. She got scammed and now is in debt up to her fucking eyeballs and tried to get the money by cheating at the casino, which the casino figured out that she was cheating, and that's the only reason why she's still fucking alive is because the casino wants them to help her scam the fuck out of money with her cheating schemes. Jet doesn't have a fucking kid. Jet fucking quit ISSP because he got his arm blown off. They figured out there was a fucking rat. He couldn't track down the rat, and after 5 or 6 or 7 years of being on the police force and couldn't figure out who the fuck ratted him out and fucked up his arm, he just said, fuck this whole thing. I'm still going to do good and do right by the law, and I'm going to go be a lawman by being a fucking bounty hunter because I can't be a fucking detective while there's a fucking dirty cop being a dirty cop. Right. There was nothing about, well, I've got a kid, and the police force just wasn't doing enough, and my ex-wife is now married to one of the douchebags who was essentially like a desk jockey at the police station, who's now essentially doing my job, which later on you figure out, because they do shit like completely out of order. That's how I know it's not fucking scene for scene, shot for shot, is the very first episode is the red eye. The syndicate shows up. They figure out that Spike was, one of the former syndicate guys. They start calling him Fearless because I guess that was his syndicate name. They figure out, oh yeah, no,
Fearless.
Yeah, so Fearless is fucking alive. Here's, and all of a sudden Vicious is like, oh, Fearless is alive? No, fuck that. I'm a fuck him up because fucking Vicious is the one that's actually in the Red Eye trade. Okay, hold on, wait a minute, my head's still spinning. What? So that's why I'm thinking this has to be fucking alternate reality, because in the show, Jet knows full fucking well Spike's backstory. As it progresses further, Spike never explained, yeah, I used to be in the syndicate until I realized I can't take this shit anymore because we're killing women and children in the fucking streets just simply because. Couldn't take it and wanted to get the fuck out. How does he not know? How did you not explain this? How is it that fucking Faye got out and all of a sudden she's some sort of a fucking badass? Why is it Jet has a fucking ex-wife and a kid? There was never, I literally, I A-B'd it. To get ready for this, I watched all of Bebop in one setting on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So technically not one sitting, but you get my point. Like we marathoned it, and now all of a sudden, snarky, and you're a badass, and your personality is right, is correct, but your backstory is wrong. What just happened? So I'm almost 1,000% certain that something ended up happening that caused an alternate reality.
Timeline.
Right. And
Uh,
I feel like it stems from when the lunar gate explodes. Because the way that those gates work is it's essentially, hey Chris, sorry man, I'm in the middle of something. I'll get back to you. I got Chris in the chat real quick. He's one of my regulars. But what ended up happening is when the lunar gate exploded, because most of that is like wormhole technology, they always fear that when you fuck with a wormhole, it essentially goes alternate reality, like different universe shit. You know, almost like with all the Spider-Man, No Way Out shit, where they're like, oh well, there's different universes and there's a multiverse and blah blah blah. I'm almost certain this has to be somewhere in the multiverse because it's later explained that Faye has like a mommy and a daddy and lives like the white picket fence lifestyle. No, the fuck she didn't. Faye was an orphan. Faye was literally living in an orphanage surrounded by other girls being taken care of by a nun. It's shown in the VHS tape. Because I had watched that episode. Like, it was one of the last episodes. Or no, I think that was the first episode we had watched on Thursday before finishing out the series. So it's like, okay, no, she was living in an orphanage. So now all of a sudden mommy and daddy are there? And then there's other shit that I'm not going to get into because it's hardcore spoiler territory. But, like, shit happens with Vicious that's like, wait a minute, no. And shit happens with Julia where it's like, wait a minute, no. And Annie becomes more of, like, a main fucking character, which isn't really spoilery. It's kind of like, what the fuck? But she becomes more of a main character, but she's not just some, street tough kind of person who's, way the fuck up there in age at like, 40, 50 type of range where she's basically running a convenience store that's kind of a front where, the mafia can kind of show up and hide out and resupply as need be. Like that's no longer the fucking thing. And then, like I said, Jet all of a sudden has an ex-wife and a fucking kid? What the fuck? Like, Ein being a data dog, all of a sudden there's a thing, and I'm not going to give too much away, where something crazy happens with Ein, and it's like, what? So again, I have to go back to this is my theory for it. And of course, Fandom Night is good with fucking fan theories, but this is my fan theory. This takes place in an alternate universe because there's so much shit that's completely fucking different. Like, a lot of the beats are the exact same. That's usually what ends up happening when you go to, like, a different universe. Like, the biggest thing I can bring up, and I don't know how many people would understand, but the one with Jet Li and Jason Statham. Basically, that entire movie is there's a guy called, I believe it to be Yulaw, which is Jet Li. He's essentially a cop, in which his job as a cop is to patrol the multiverse because they know there's a multiverse of people out there. But he figures out, because at one point in time he has to go back into the past to kind of stop somebody who's using the technology to jump between the universes. He goes to stop a guy. The guy mistakes the him of that universe for him as a cop and kills him. And when he does, all of a sudden he gets stronger and smarter and faster, and his reflexes are better. And he's like, wait a minute. So he purposely starts going out killing other versions of himself because there's two theories that end up coming up in this movie. The first is that if you are the only singular version of yourself throughout the like 200,000 versions of the multiverse that there are. Now, I don't believe it's actually that crazy. I think it literally sticks to like Marvel type of thing where there's like 700 or something crazy. But if you are the only one left, you become a god. That's one version of
There
it.
can only be one Highlander rules.
Kind of, yes. But the other version is instead of becoming a god, you would essentially, by killing all the other versions of yourself and you being the only one left, it would create such a distortion within the multiverse, all of them would just simply collapse. Like that. Almost like the Thanos snap, just and you're done. So I'm feeling like that's almost what the fuck is going on here is when the lunar gate exploded, it caused some form of ripple and fuck up because all the beats are the exact same. There's still the red eye guy. They still deal with the teddy bomber. The prison ship still ends up like being taken over by the cons and they have to deal with that. Only, of course, because of budget, they can't show zero G, you know, fist fighting on a spaceship. So they can only do so much. You know what I mean? They ended up changing. It's so minute, but it's still irritating to me. Fucking Mad Perot, the fucking like the psycho clown guy who's immune to bullets because of the shielding that was put into him. Instead of him being afraid of cats, which is why he's afraid of Spike and gets killed by Spike, because Spike has two different eyes just like the fucking cat that he's afraid of, he's now afraid of dogs because the scientists that were working on Perot were also dealing with dogs. So in that instance, Ein shows up and barks at him, and he freaks out, and that allows everybody to get the fuck away. You know what I mean? Like during the red eye, the red eye thing, instead of Spike kicking the living shit out of that guy until the guy gets one lucky punch and then is able to strangle Spike for a little bit until they're like, "Hey, the cops are coming, we gotta go." They literally like beat the shit. Like he beats the shit out of everybody on the team. Jet gets his ass whooped. Spike gets his ass whooped. Faye gets her ass whooped. And then the syndicate shows up and starts trying to whoop everybody's ass until one of the syndicate members shoots that guy in the fucking neck as opposed to the girlfriend shooting him because he's become psychotic from being addicted to red eye. You know what I mean? It's like the beats are there, but they're changed just the fuck enough that I'm like, okay, this has to be another universe. And now I've got 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So I'm going to say that's my rant over. But yeah, like that's the most spoiler shit that we're going to get into. But like I said, if you watch it, that's essentially what the fuck is going on in my mind. Like it's a damn good show. I will admit that. And one of the things, oh my god, it's not even fucking spoilery, but a lot of the Easter eggs that they end up throwing in, like making references to like other people or other shit. Like I ended up throwing a couple of them up on Facebook. Let me see if I can grab them real quick. Um, One of them is instead of McDonald's, they actually have a Whack Donald's, but instead of it even being Whack Donald's, it's Whack Dowels, like McDowell's from Coming to America.
Wait, isn't Whack Donald's from another anime?
Used in a lot
Yes,
of animes.
yes, but let me see. Actually? Let's do this. Do I still have those pictures on my phone? Camera. Yes,
What you're
yes, the fuck I do.
saying makes sense because, like, um, I don't remember if who was all here when we were talking about FF7 with Bill, but it's like the beats are all there for the remake, but the characters and events differ, so
Right.
different events end up happening.
Okay, there we go. So I just threw a couple things into the chat room, and these are the two that we ended up finding. So the image quality is shitty because I literally took it on my phone. But instead of it being like Whack Donald's, it's Whack Dowels. Like I said, like McDowell's from fucking Coming to
Wait,
America.
Royale with cheat. Isn't that Pulp Fiction?
Kind
like,
of.
uh,
Yes,
I
like
know that's how they call them in France, but that's just a Pulp Fiction reference.
right, but
Also,
see, cause
Mushroom Samba, I've
yes,
definitely heard it before.
yes, Mushroom Samba is the episode where Ed ends up getting the magic mushrooms, feeds them to the crew, and they all get high as shit. Because that's the episode where Spike ends up walking up the long set of stairs, and the fucking frog ends
Also,
up being on it, and he's like, "Fuck you, frog."
also,
Um,
Dahmer Burger? Wasn't
yep,
Dahmer a murderer?
yes, yes, Jeffrey Dahmer. They have the Dahmer burger, meat lovers burger in a bun. I was like,
Wasn't he
"Are
a
you
cannibal?
fucking
Wasn't
kidding?" Yes, yes. That's what I was like, "Holy
Yes,
fuck!"
he's a cannibal that ate people.
Like these are the ones I was like,
Oh
"Holy
god
shit!"
damn it.
Like even number eight, Sea Rat Diner Special. It's the Ganymede Sea Rat. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? That's literally where the fucking the what is it? The psychopaths who were so fucking blundering and stupid where they're supposed to be the eco terrorists. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And like I said, that's only two out of like a handful of fucking Easter eggs. But I was like, holy
Yeah, some
shit
of
with
these
this.
I don't know. Some of these I don't know, to be honest.
So I mean, there are tons and tons and tons of Easter eggs that end up being in the show that kind of make it a little bit worth it just for the Easter eggs. But like I
This
said,
is live action, right?
yeah, it's live action, and like I said, Faye, she's all right. She's definitely not the fucking Faye that we're used to. But again, if this is an alternate universe, like my theory is, okay, let her be the way that she is. Like she's just a hardcore swear machine. Like every other word, she would fit right in with fucking fandom night because every other word out of her mouth is fuck, shit, balls, ass, pussy. You know what I mean? Like
Personally, I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. I've only seen Outlaw Star. That's my favorite.
no, fair enough. I tried watching Outlaw Star and I don't know if it's just because like the age I was at or if it's because it was like the Toonami and then Adult Swim. I couldn't get into it. Like I honestly couldn't. But at the same time, like Bill was for a while because of the whole Toonami thing, um he was fucking ruined to anime for a while because like, we all grew up, you would watch like, Bebop and Dragon Ball Z and like Gundam as my fucking voice cracks like a fucking 13-year-old girl going through puberty. Um but like just like him, I was ruined because everybody's like, "Oh my god, Inuyasha is the best show ever. It's the best show ever. It's the best show ever. It's got so much fucking action and adventure. It's such a great fucking show. It's so great cuz it's so full of action." And you're coming off of fucking Gundam and Dragon Ball Z and then you watch Inuyasha and it's a lot of standing around and fucking talking or walking through the woods and talking, or standing at the top of a mountain talking. And then up, here's the monster of the week, just like it's a Sentai. And then we're walking through the woods and talking. And now we're in a cave and we're talking. And we're floating down the river and talking.
What
Uh oh,
the
monster
fuck?
river monster of the week. Oh god.
What
Like
the fuck?
that
I know Sentai can be stupid, but this is just stupid.
right, like I had a friend in high school who swore Inuyasha was the greatest fucking anime ever put down. No.
Yeah, I don't agree with
Like
that.
he's like, "Oh man, it's so full of action and there's so many great fight
I mean,
scenes."
it's fun to watch, but it's not like the
It,
greatest thing ever invented.
exactly. Like it's an okay show, but it's not the fucking best out there. You know what I mean? Like and this is coming from somebody who was a huge fan of Tenchi Muyo. Like so much so that my original waifu, to get all fucking weeb on everybody, my original waifu ended up fucking being Ryoko, and my brother who watched it with me, his was fucking Washu. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
literally, I
No,
still
I
remember
don't.
this. I still remember this to this day. One of the very first like sexy time dreams, like it wasn't a wet dream, but it was like one of the like vivid sex dreams I ever had. It was like me and fucking Ryoko. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking like the type of shit I'm talking about. But even I knew That's Tenchi Muyo. It's kind of like a slice of life, only a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? Almost like Azumanga
Tenchi
Daioh.
Muyu series is different for each show in it. Like, if you ever watched the other ones.
I believe I tried to on the second one.
Watch GXP. I like that one.
Yeah, like
Go
I
in space for that one. And they do
yeah,
like space adventures and stuff. It's
yeah,
way different than the original though.
right. But I mean, like,
Plus,
because I
it's different characters.
right, but no, because like I tried to watch the original, and then I watched the original. I tried to watch the second run of it, and I was like, oh, this is just the other thing. And then I didn't realize, oh no, that's literally a completely different thing, but almost all the beats are the exact same. You know what I mean? So, like they're good animes, but again, they're slice of life. Like Azumanga Daioh. The only reason why me and Bill went out of our way to find and watch all of Azumanga Daioh simply comes down to a matter of originally when we had first started seeing it, it kept coming up in clips for like AMV Hell and other like AMVs that we were watching because me and Bill were going to start like our own little like production company in quotes doing nothing but like music videos, whether it be AMVs, actual music videos. Like there's a guy on YouTube called Hitman Year 2K, and it's spelled Hitmany R2K. Um, but that dude, his name is AJ Johnson. Um, he does damn good fucking work, man. Like almost all of his music videos are fucking bomb. In fact, most of the time that Bill gets, on here to have like a stream party, he's usually watching some of his stuff. Like, let me see if I can't find any. Because I know I saved one of them. He ended up doing a video. Um, it was Korn's "Make Me Bad," but he did it with like Friday the 13th. Like almost all of his shit is fucking hardcore. Where the fuck did I save that? Because unfortunately it's not up on his because it got claimed too many times, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it here. Where is my? God damn it. Where the fuck? Because I think I saved it. I didn't save it under the steel list. I know that. Did I put it under? I think I put it in one of my work playlists, like just music to listen to while I'm stuck at work. I think it's this one. Let me see. All the way at the bottom. Whoop, nope, that wasn't the bottom. YouTube had to reload. Yes, there it is. So let me. Okay. No, I guess I actually have to click on the video. Watch that video. Pause it. Nope. Nope. Okay, pause that video. Mute real quick. Okay, share. Copy the embedded. And I'm just going to put this in chat. So you guys can watch it on your own. But, like, there we go. But yeah, like, this dude does damn good work. And like I said, the channel that it's associated with is not his shit. But I know he got tagged on it one too many times, so he eventually just said, fuck it, and took it down. But, like, it still exists on this random fucking Juggalo Productions channel. Just simply because of the fact of this dude isn't a fucking real channel and he's not making any money because he's not subscribed for the hey, let's make money bit. But I mean, like, the song itself is already as crazy as it is. And then, like I said, he took the original music video and spliced in, like, different Friday the 13th, like, Jason, shooting the one girl in the fucking eyeball with the harpoon gun from the third movie. Fucking Jason X in the beginning when Jason's all fucking tied up as like the military's like, what the fuck do we do with this guy? Well, let's put him on ice. You know what I mean? Until we can figure out a way to actually kill him. A lot of it is from the third movie because there's the dude doing yoga. Him taking the hacksaw to the guy's fucking neck and twisting his head around. You know what I mean? And like, and then it cuts to like the random scientist being like, "What the fuck? This dude really did this kind of shit?" And then it cuts back to the band fucking playing the song like how the original music video entailed. You know what I mean? Like he does damn fine work. He's got another good one. He's got a couple really good Bruce Lee ones. Let me hit many are. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's the Bruce Lee lose control video. Um, he's got a couple of crows. Where's the HD one? Oh yeah, he cut his own version of the Friday the 13th Part 6 trailer. Um, where is He's got a bunch of Seven Dust stuff because he's a big Seven Dust fan. You know what? Let me go back and let me see if I can actually just type in the HD because he's got two channels. There's the HD version, and then there's the because I know for a while he had his own fucking website too. Oh yeah, he's got a Lord of the Rings music video that he did. Um, no, no. Well, okay, yeah, that Equilibrium version, that's his, but that's not the correct channel, so that's somebody else who stole his shit. There's the Kiss of the Dragon video that he did. Um, like the guy's done like a whole bunch of shit, and the problem is hunting down all of his stuff is very, very, very hard to do. Let me see if his website is still active, because I know a lot of them are up on that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we wanted to do, is like we found this dude's videos and we are like, holy fucking shit, we gotta fucking do some stuff with it. Like Bill will even tell you, when we first started, the only video that he ever gave me any clips for was the opening scene to like Tekken 5 or Tekken 6. And I used that video to make like 17 different music videos just so I could teach myself timing, whether it be like comedic timing to the song or whether it just been like general timing, because that always seems to be the problem that most people have when it comes down to editing, especially for like a music video, is timing. You know what I mean? Like you can't have like a badass fight scene like let's just take John Wick for example. Like the second movie where it's either the second or it's the third where he shows up to get his fucking car from like the chop shop that they take it to, and he shows up and he starts like shooting people and beating the fuck out of them, and then he takes his car and starts running people over, and I don't mean like literally running them over, but like he's throwing the car in reverse, and he throws the car door open and slams the car door into this guy's fucking face and sends the guy flying. You can't put music to that if you're not like, here's like a loud cymbal crash for when the guy gets fucking slammed with the car door, or like here's, like a hardcore like doot 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 fucking like drum beat that they're doing, you know what I mean? Like to switch over to the next bit for the drums. You can't have him punching a guy in the fucking face when it's like, and my love for you will go on. You know what I mean? It's gotta be like, do 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 do, and like that's when he's like punching a guy in the face. You know what I mean? Like R2K. Okay, let's see. His Instagram is up, the YouTube is up, the Twitter's up. That's good. What about his actual fucking? Well, the Daily Motion is up, which is good because Daily Motion isn't nearly as bad about, I gotta get rid of your shit. Aha! I think I may have found. Nope, that one says that the website is deleted and up for anybody to fucking take. Damn, that fucking sucks. Alright, well, piss balls. That, so fucking shitty. But yeah, okay, let me see. Because how the fuck would I do this? Oh, actually, I kind of know how I can do this. Is it still on this computer or is it on the other fucking computer? My videos, no. Fuck. Okay, how about... Sorry, guys. Like I said, I want to see if I've got it on this one. Worst case scenario, I don't. And if it's not on this one, then yeah, I'm probably gonna have to jump over to my laptop to do it.
Okay.
Cause yeah, I think I'll stream that video for you guys here. Yeah, it's not on this one, so yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking dust off my laptop. But yeah, the Bruce Lee video that he fucking did, like it hardcore fucking shows what the hell it is I'm talking about. Where is... You know what? Actually, let's just do that. Everybody go to YouTube and go to my channel.
Okay. Sorry, but I'm getting kind of bored here.
No, that's fine. All right, but yeah, just let me know when you guys are there.
I'm already here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you were. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, let's turn that down a little. Feel it. So that's what I mean. That's just like the first 13 seconds. If I get fucking copyright claimed, I don't give a shit. But that's what I mean. Like the song starts, it gets into the lead vocal scream, and then right as the drum starts, doot 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 doot, he's punching the shit out of the guy, just like punch 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 punch. You know what I mean? Like because of this dude's shit, Bill and I literally went out of our fucking ways to learn how to do timing for videos, because you can't have like the sad, mopey bridge portion of the fucking of the song being like him punching a dude in the fucking chest over and over and over again. Like that's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So it's because of shit like that. That's the reason why Bill knows how to edit well. That's how I know how to edit well. Scott knows how to edit well just simply from doing the show. But we learn that shit just simply from finding anime and being like, huh, that's kind of cool. That's a nifty scene. I'm really digging this song right now. Let's put the two together.
No.
All right, but it's 4:30. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. So, you guys want to switch subjects? Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is you guys want to cut it, or do you guys just want to switch subjects and go for a little bit longer? Because I know at 5 I'm gonna need to dip out because I've got some actual YouTube to watch with the old lady, and we got dinner to eat.
To be honest, we can go until 5. I'm surprised Bill hasn't joined because he always does.
He normally does, yeah, and it's usually after I do this, which is hop on my phone and be like, "Hey, yo, we're doing shit." But at the same time, the other problem as well. Oh, nope, go ahead, man.
Also, he always comes like at the tail end of the thing.
Right.
Like he gets in and like the recording has stopped and everyone is just like there talking and
right.
He always kind of misses it. I wonder if he's gonna do that too.
Well, it's a good possibility, and the only reason being is because he's been bitching about it for a while, and after his wife's supposed friend ended up crashing his wife's car, and he's been down to that fucking one-car lifestyle where if he's got to go get his kid, that means he has to drive. And if he has to take, the wife to church, he's got to drive. Or if they got to go to the grocery store, he's the one that's got to drive. Or if they got to go pay bills. Like, you see my point with that? So, a lot of the time is him basically being a goddamn Uber driver for his family, just simply because they've only got the one car, and because of all the pandemic shit, um, when they got the money for the car, they started looking into it, and the car that he could afford at the time is no longer fucking affordable. Like, to literally get her the exact same fucking car is actually going to cost him like 3 times the amount of fucking money, because after everything started opening up from the pandemic, there was kind of a glut of so much shit going on that that's kind of the reason why the US is in such trouble right now, is when there's, so many people staying at home making money by working from home. There's nothing you can buy because they can't produce shit. Like, they can't make stuff. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those factories, they had to be closed down due to COVID. So now all of a sudden everything's opening up and shit has to be made. So because shit has to be made, it's going to take some time. And now that people have disposable income and there's so much random fucking bullshit out there for you to buy, they said, "Oh, well, all of a sudden the supply is up on all this shit. Give me some fucking money." So now, even though like a lot of fucking companies, you know what I mean, like they've got products to sell, and they're still only paying minimum fucking wage. Life's gotten a hell of a lot fucking harder for everybody. Even Bill, who's working like a damn good factory job, pulling in like, factory job money, that he even stated it the other day. They ended up getting a raise at work. The raise ended up being 77 cents. So while that doesn't seem like a lot, that basically means he went from like, if we use my pay scale, he went from like $14 to like almost $15 an hour. So while that's pretty fucking cool, that doesn't mean much because everything's been inflated to a point where that 77 cents is essentially them going, "Yeah, here's a nickel." You know what I mean? Here's a nickel, kill Pesci. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking nothing in the grand scheme of things. So until shit ends up kind of evening out, where everybody's kind of in this fucked up limbo state where, hey, yeah, no, fucking we raised minimum wage to be in $20 an hour. That's fine. Now gasoline costs like $6 a fucking gallon. Like, you basically, you butt fucked me. Thanks a lot. So it's eventually gonna get to that fucking point, and all hell's gonna break loose. So we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Bill isn't gonna show up because they can't afford another car right now. With him working, making good money, his wife working, making decent money. Like, I'm not gonna say she's making great money, but she's making decent money. And they can't afford to get another fucking car because they won't let him take out another loan since he's got the loan for his house. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass for him. So if he's watching, he's watching. If he's not watching, eh, he'll yell at me later if I said stupid shit. But although, to be fair, everything I usually say is stupid shit. Hell, rewind to the beginning of the episode and listen to the stupid shit I spouted there. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to keep going, we can keep going. We'd have like 30 minutes, but if not, like I said, we can call it here.
Wait, 30? Oh, right.
Yep, because like I said, I
Yeah.
would guarantee we have a hard out at 5, and it's currently 4:30. So
Well, it's
Okay.
5:32 where I am, but I live up in New York, so.
right, I was gonna say you're an hour ahead, so it'd be 6 for you, smart ass. But
And 7 for me. And
right.
Uh, so, I don't know what to say. Hmm.
Well,
Usually, when we don't know what to say, it eventually all devolves back into fucking tokusatsu.
well, you're not fucking wrong there. And to be fair, while I am a part of the crew and we do the Toku show, to be fair, I'm gonna say most of us are not hardcore Toku fans like most of the rest of you guys. That's kind of the reason why
Hmm.
eventually, after being bitched at so many times, we're like, if you guys got time and feel like it, fucking go grab the pictures. You guys would know what's good and what's not, and it would save Scott a whole hell of a lot of headache from having to go and get the pictures. Fucking have at it.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
kind of the
especially
reason.
because taking random images from Google Images is kind of
A pain in the ass.
Well, a
and
pain in the
also
ass, and it also doesn't represent as well as it should.
yeah, too much fan art. Sometimes you can get fan made forms and thinking it's actual canon shit, and it's confusing. Also,
Right,
the fact that monsters are old, so you're not gonna find anything good. If you
right,
see my Go Ranger and JAKQ folders, you can see what I mean.
right,
Also, talking about that, Battle Fever J's done. I was thinking of being a troll and being a troll, and when you guys finally I know you weren't in the stream, but like when you guys finally finish JAKQ and finally finish all the Sentai folders you guys have for now, I was thinking of being a troll and sending Scott yet another Sentai folder saying this shit never ends, bro.
right.
But
No, and
I didn't have the time. I had to go do something else, so I couldn't.
right. No, and I completely understand that one, but yeah, it's I don't know, like I said, it is what it is, and I know that's why you guys started doing your own show on all that as well to kind of get that out. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too super worried about it, and if we go there, we go there. But yeah, I mean, if it sounds like there's not much to fucking talk about, then yeah, I say we go ahead and we call this an episode. As always, I appreciate you guys coming out to hang out with me, and at least giving me something to do for a little bit.
To be
No
honest, I'm
problem.
surprised there
No
has been
problem.
like so little people, but yeah, no problem.
Usually we have
Especially
about
because
6 or 7 in here.
Right. Well, that's kind
especially
of
because this was technically my idea because I wanted to celebrate my upcoming birthday in some way, but kind of disappointing. There's like 4 people.
ah.
Not really that mad though.
Now, to be fair, when I stream and it's not like a fan night episode, and to be fair, I also didn't throw it out into the universe like I always do. Like, post it to Twitter, put it on Facebook, you fucking here, there, and everywhere, being like, fucking come see the stream or be a part of it. But normally, even when I do that, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be playing this fucking game for a little bit and just hanging out and talking. Like I said, there's normally not that many people that show up. To be fair, like I said, Chris has been in the chat for a while. He subs to my stuff and normally like comes and talks and everything. Like he's been talking stuff like he finished the Supergirl series. He said that they kind of left it open ended, which to be fair, that was
Okay.
to be expected. Um,
Okay.
he said oh yeah, when you hype something up so much, it tends to fail the expectations, and I believe that was in reference to Bebop. He said that there's rumors of Brandon Rolfe Kingdom Come Superman series, and that it would be awesome as long as WB or whoever doesn't toss it. Which, to be fair, with HBO Max, I mean, they could technically, even if they don't put it on like CW or anything like that, they could put it on HBO Max because Shane finally, the last time I went and hung out with the guys to do D&D, which I really need to figure out when that's going to be, because we're the next one that we do would be technically session 3, although to be fair it would almost be session 2, because usually you start on session 0, just kind of as like a testing the waters, seeing who's going to stay, seeing who goes. um, but we finally have made it to level 2, which means I am now the only fucking healer in the group, and I'm a fucking rogue, or not a rogue. I'm a God fucking damn it. Why is my brain failing me? I'm a hunter. Um, so it's one of those things where it's like, wait a minute, you're fucking, your ranger, is your fucking main healer, you guys are fucked. Because Shane's playing a fighter, Nick is playing a fucking warlock, Bill's kid is playing as a rogue, and then Shane's wife joined us originally, and then shit with work got crazy, so she couldn't join. So Bill left it open ended enough for her where if she decides she wants to join us again, she can. But she kind of got a little pissy about, I can't make it. You guys shouldn't play without me. And she literally like left the fucking Facebook group that we had for it and everything. But she was a ranger as well as me, so it's like, okay, we'd have two rangers, a fucking warlock, a rogue, and a fighter. We can fuck shit up, but if we get fucked up, well, we're screwed. So, like I said, I definitely got to figure out about that one, but I don't know. Like I said, shit's so fucking up in the air here as of late. Um, we'll definitely need to get some shit figured out. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Kingdom Come, like I said, since Shane finally got me my Kingdom Come book back, because he had it for like 5 fucking years. I know he made mention of it in the stream the other day. But it literally took him until we got together to play D&D to be like, oh yeah, I moved and I found this in my shit. Well, after I was done moving, I'm like, you're an ass. You've had this for 5 fucking years, moved 3 times, but now that you got a house and you're actually unpacking all your shit, now you finally find my comic book I lent to you years ago? Wow. But yeah, I mean, if they end up moving that over to like something like HBO Max, they could probably do way more shit with it since it is more of a darker comic book where like all your mainstay DC heroes are getting so fucking old that they technically need to be in fucking wheelchairs and in nursing homes like fucking Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob, you know what I mean? So,
What the fuck?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess Chris says he's also doing a little bit of some fanfic stuff, which I mean to be fair, that's always definitely something worth doing is doing some fan fiction shit just to kind of keep yourself preoccupied. But
I did a video actually on why that's fanfic's actually kind of important.
exactly, yeah, it kind of keeps everything
it's super
moving.
important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, things get too stale and repetitive.
Yep, exactly. Which, although speaking of stale and repetitive, I think the next crazy thing that I need to end up buying because I know they just put it out on the Switch, and even though I've got it on Steam and could play it at any point in time, I know they just did they're going to be doing the HD remake or whatever for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and I'm half tempted to fucking get that and play through it again. But the more I keep thinking about it, I'm like, why buy it on the fucking Switch when I know goddamn well it's probably going to end up coming out on Steam if it's not already out on Steam. And
speaking of Steam, next year, I think it's the beginning of next year, God of War comes to Steam.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, there's
not the originals, the Nordic one.
Right. But no, there's this game that I found completely at random off of fucking Twitter. Because like a bunch of people that I follow, like, Chris Zito and guys like that, they were talking about it and being like, yo, this game looks pretty fucking sweet. And they finally put it up like a page for it on Steam, and it's called Wander Stars. It's like a turn-based RPG, but it says it's like roguelike in some bits of it, so obviously no two people are going to be able to play it and have the exact same, experience. But the way that you do moves is it's not like you learn, fucking here's this, fireball move and here's, an uppercut move. Literally the way that the game works is you're given a list of words. So like you can get, special, what is it? Special, repetitive, rock, water, punch, kick, uppercut. And basically what you do is you build the move by clicking on what it is, like the words that you're putting. You basically like you make your own special move. Like you could do super rock punch and throw a punch and like, damage the shit out of somebody, or if they're, basically like immune to rock elemental, you can be like, fucking special water punch or special water kick. You know what I mean? And it looks really fucking interesting, but of course they're still in like, hey, we're working on it. 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 And I'm like, fucking let me know when you guys are done fucking working on it, because I really want to fucking see what you guys do with this. Because the guys have made, like, the studio itself is called Paper Castle Games, and they've made like a couple different, games. That's the whole reason why it got hyped, is they've made a couple games that apparently they were like, yo, this game is fucking pretty cool. Fucking check it out, blah blah blah. And they were like, oh yeah, they're working on a new one. And it's got me so fucking like intrigued that I'm like, yeah, no, I really want to see what the fuck is going on with that. But again, it's one of those things where once it gets done and once it comes to Steam, you know what I mean? Who fucking knows? But I don't know. Like I said, I keep thinking I might just end up getting, KOTOR the original, because I got it on my phone, played it on my phone. I had it on the Xbox for a long time, played it on that. So I'm thinking, all right, let's see about, the original Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, it's only 10 fucking bucks, and I was able to stream, KOTOR 2 a long time ago. Maybe I can get it and play it, and if it still holds up and is as good as I'm thinking, maybe that might be the game that gets me back into streaming. Who fucking knows? But I don't know. We'll have to see. And like I said, if it's something that everybody would enjoy watching, that might be something the fuck to do. But at the same time, I know that's really the only fucking good thing that's going to come out of me working all of this overtime that I'm working, is the computer I got, the brand new computer that I got to stream, fucking 4 or 5 months ago, the one that we're doing this off of. It had like a good RAM in it. It had a damn good hard drive. Everything was pretty much good on it. And I didn't realize the graphics card that came with it was fucking absolute garbage dog
Thanks,
shit.
guys.
Nah, that's fine. Peace, man.
Peace.
But yeah, the graphics card that I got in it is such fucking garbage that I need to change it out so I can start streaming again, hardcore, because I've got like 7 games ready to play, but I can't play any of them because anytime I go to play them and stream, like the GPU basically like lags out to a point where it either crashes the stream or it crashes the game. So that's also been another reason why I haven't been streaming nearly as much lately. But either way, again, like I said, I appreciate you, man, for bringing this up as an idea, because I've kind of needed an excuse to stream again. And I don't know, like I said, if it comes down to it, where maybe once every couple months we just get together and do a fan night stream, fucking so be it. But I'm hoping maybe I can get enough money and get a graphics card and go back to doing regular streams.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, same for the future, like for the Sentai review. I have a whole bunch of things done for it. I think I'm gonna just start sending like them in bulk when I have the majority done, and some people are helping me. Like, for example, Jew Ranger is already done, Die Ranger is already done.
Nice.
And yeah, I made a bunch of weird ones. I'm working on Q Ranger. I think you're gonna be waiting for that. I don't know.
Right.
Also, Tokyuger. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm working hard on this.
Right. And as always, we do appreciate all the hard work that you and the other guys do. And I would definitely not, send them when they're mostly done. I would wait until they're completely done and then send them.
No.
But
I send them when they're completely done.
Okay.
I'm not saying I send them like the Go Ranger and JK Cube villain folders, and also the unofficial ones.
Right.
Yeah, the official Sentai that was completely done. I don't send them like half.
Oh no, I
Because
know, I
I
know. I was being a smartass and giving you some shit, man.
what I don't like is when people are actually being smart asses and saying, these images are so fucking stupid. I could do better. Whoever did this folder doesn't know what quality is.
Right,
Motherfucker, go and find pictures from the 70s that aren't grainy as shit.
right. No, and I get that. And usually that ends up being like Shane and Nick. Um, Only because when it comes down to it, they kind of don't. Shane and Nick basically their jobs are to show up and then fucking look at the shit. They weren't the ones grabbing pictures. They weren't the ones that were editing audio or video or uploading video or doing any of that shit. You know, they just kind of show up, kick back, fucking say what they got to say and then
Yeah,
fucking
but
leave.
they technically are joking. I'm talking about times where it actually people actually said it to me. I remember one time when Ronin was pissed at me for the quality of the images, and no matter what I said, he was just. Uh, I remember one time he also blamed me for something I didn't do, and like when you guys were looking at 01, Bill said that a fan had forced them to watch 2 hours of rider kicks, and then Ronin immediately said, "Hey, bro, why did you do that?" And he
Right,
blamed it on me. God damn it, bro, that's not good. Anyway,
right.
sorry
Eh.
for the mini rant, but
Oh
man,
no,
this was fun.
it's fine. I've been
Kinda,
doing it all night, but yep, but yeah, Seth's
kinda.
GPU gave him the finger. Yeah, no, you're not wrong there, Chris. Um, fuck was I gonna say? I don't know. Either way, like I said, I
Also,
appreciate.
it makes me yeah, it also makes me laugh like when when I like use my YouTube account to appear like another person to kind of confuse people.
Right,
Like I say, hey, I'm one of the guys that works on the folder. Everyone else that doesn't know who works on it, who actually works on it in the video chat,
mm-hmm.
definitely acts like I'm a random guy that says, "Hey, I'm there," just to get attention, basically.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
that's because they haven't figured out that you're the
I
same
mean,
dude.
I think you and I think you're the only one that knows that I'm Renato technically.
Right.
Uh, you're the only person I told that. The others, the others are yeah. Like
Well,
Bill knows who I am, but he doesn't know about my YouTube account. That's the thing.
he
As
might,
far
and
as I know.
only because like Bill means it when he says it. Like me and Bill are pretty much the only two people that watch everybody else's shit. Like Scott may watch some of it here and there. I know he watches like my streams and that, but I don't really think he watches like any of Bill's videos. Nick doesn't watch anything unless he's in it. If he's in it, then he's technically watching, and the only reason being is because he's usually in chat, either, responding or timing out or doing whatever he's got to do in chat since he's, a moderator as well. Um, but I mean, he doesn't watch anybody else's anything. He doesn't watch my shit. He doesn't watch Bill's shit. He doesn't watch, Scott shit. He doesn't watch anybody's. Shane will sometimes like he'll watch Bill's shit on occasion. Sometimes he'll watch my streams, not very often. And I don't think he watches any of Scott's shit. Like I watch Scott shit, I watch Bill shit. I'll go back and re-listen to our stuff. Sometimes I'll even go back and re-listen to like my episodes just to kind of figure out, where it is I'm losing my train of thought. Because I can guaranteely tell you sometimes I'm just talking random shit while I'm, fucking looking over here at the chat or dicking around with, the my different icons and jumping like, oh, I need to check OBS real quick. Oh, I got to check over here on the Discord. Oh, I got to check over this. Oh, I
To
got
be
to do that. Oh, I
honest,
got so
when it comes down to you five, I always like put you guys in like I don't know how to say this, like labels, I guess.
Right.
Like to me, Nick is the smartass. Scott is the raging, the guy that always rage quits. No offense, but Shane feels like the man child, and you and Bill are like the protagonist duo or something.
Mm,
Eh,
I think you're partially right. To be fair, Shane is the one that usually does like the most raging. Um, Scott I wouldn't really put as like either or. Like Scott usually he just kind of sits in the corner and just kind of, all right, yeah, no, that sucks. That's a 2. You know what I mean? Or oh, that sucks. That's a 1. You know what I mean? He very rarely has like major opinions. Um, Nick is definitely a hardcore rager. That's pretty much all Nick does is yells and screams and God fucking damn it. You know, like when I called the other day and Shane's like, up, see, it's like I can fucking predict the future. I told you. You're gonna say like Nick was literally like, yeah, I'm gonna put Seth the fucking time out because he's goddamn shilling for Bill. And Shane goes,
yeah.
like that's the only reason I fucking did it is because Shane goes, you know Seth's gonna fucking call now. And I'm like, you goddamn right I am. Let me fucking call this motherfucker. But
Also the fact that the fact that Nick was saying people don't know who I am. They don't know who this voice belongs to. To be truthful, I always confuse Scott and Nick. Like Shane, you and Bill, I know who they're talking. But even with the webcam, I think
oh yeah,
say
no.
shut up, Scott, because I remember who is who.
Right. Yeah, no, the
Like
webcam one is always fucking hilarious because Bill, it's easy to tell. If you watch any of Bill's shit, he does here's my face, here's me talking, this is Bill. When it comes down to
yeah,
me, it's easy to tell because I've always got the fucking like the Scott Ian from Anthrax fucking chin beard, like hanging way the fuck down.
Or Peter Griffin.
No, not really, because Peter doesn't really have a beard. Um, like,
It does have the chin though.
well, he has the chin, but not the chin beard. Like, let me do.
Also, the whole hair with the glasses thing. Yeah, to be honest.
Eh,
Uh,
all right. Let me see
and
here.
anyway,
Okay, there we go.
yeah.
Cause yeah, let
Uh,
me there we go. And boop.
to be honest, when I saw Shane's face, at first I thought, "Hey, what is Bill? What's Bill as a young kid doing here?"
Right. But yeah, no. Like if you go into the chat room, like that's damn near me, only with Bill's bald head. Like that big ass fucking beard on Scott Ian's
and no
face.
glasses.
Right.
And no glasses.
Right. Like the only other dead giveaway for me is I am the fat one. Well, it's kind of easy to pick out the fat one from everybody else. So, like Scott usually has like the Grizzly Adams. Here lately, it's kind of been dyed a little bit white, and only because he's supposed to be doing like playing Santa Claus for his girlfriend's family's get together for the kids. Um, like I said, Nick usually it's like wild crazy hair with like the fucking damn near Grizzly Adams beard, but like not that long kind of thing. So, like I
Yeah,
said, the
all of
voices are
you guys
easier to
were
pick than the
all
than
of
the
you guys
No, go
all
ahead.
of you guys wear glasses, right?
Almost all of us do. Yes, yeah.
Wait, almost.
Yeah,
Wait.
the only reason why I say almost all of us is I know at one point in time Shane was I can't remember if it was Shane or if it was Nick, but one of them was wearing like contacts for like a couple weeks or something like that, and then they're like, "Yeah, I can't fucking do that shit no more." Like I can't do the whole poke
Anyway,
myself in the eyeballs.
yeah, that must hurt. That,
It's got to be
yeah.
a pain in the
Anyway,
ass.
I remember one of the old episodes of the Sentai Review. You were talking about Tokyuger, and he said, "Oh, look, the Blue Ranger has glasses. So who's the Blue Ranger here?
Right.
We're all the Blue Ranger." And
Exactly.
that comment reminded me of in space when they all dressed up as the Blue Ranger and they became 5 Blue Rangers.
Right.
Sending the image if you don't remember what I'm talking about.
Oh no, I remember full goddamn well.
Now I need to Photoshop your faces in. Just kidding.
Yeah, good luck with that one. All right. Well,
Maybe use it as the channel banner. Maybe use it as the channel banner.
right. All right. Well, yeah, I finally rambled enough to get us to fucking 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on
Yeah.
out. You have a good night, man. And like I said, I appreciate you coming up with the idea. For anybody watching the stream, like I said, I don't know how many more I'm gonna be doing for a while. Like I said, I definitely got to end up getting the new graphics card before I could start at least doing gaming again. But if it comes down to it, where every now and again we end up just kind of coming in and hanging out and doing whatever, so be it. But either way, that's it
Hey,
for me.
when you guys do the break, one final question: when you guys do the break for like, do you guys just stop doing anything on the internet? Like, yeah, you chat on Discord, but do you just stop doing videos? Like, not only on the Sentai Review. Uh,
Well, to be fair, since I wasn't there for the last like 3 or 4 episodes, so like I said, for the last like month or two, I'm not quite sure exactly what it is that they had agreed upon, but normally what will end up happening is if we have backlogs of videos, those will get posted. Which I know we do have a
okay.
few different backlogs from some of the shit that we had talked previously. But I know when it comes down to it, the break is
Sure.
literally that. It's the fucking break. It's usually a time for us to like try to recuperate from burnout, as well as almost all of us are going to be
Mm,
busy with like holiday shit. Like we got Christmas
mm,
plans, Thanksgiving plans, New Year's plans. All of it different. A lot of it, bring the group together and do shit, but a lot of it is I got to go to my mom's, or I got to go to my dad's, or I got to go to my in laws, or for Bill, he's got to go to the in laws or to his dad's, or now that his mom is in town, go see mom and grandma. Fucking Scott's got to go do shit with his girl because Scott's mom died a couple years back, so Scott doesn't really have any other family other than like us. Fucking Shane's got his family shit and his wife's family shit. You know what I mean? So it's really just everybody take a break. We're going to stop for a little while. If we get together, it's going to be for holiday shit. And then after that, we would all come together for the con at the time. But then we stopped going to the con for two different reasons. The first reason is because the local.
COVID.
Well, no, no, no. The first reason is the local anime con has kind of started sucking. Like we were literally like we'd show up, we'd go to do the show, and we get like two people that were outsiders would fucking show up for the panel as we would live stream it, and then they'd be like, "This sucks," and get up and leave, and then we do it to a room of no one. Like literally, we would do the show to like our
What
wives and
the
significant
fuck?
others. So that's
What
problem
the
number
fuck?
one. Problem number two is we found out the guy who actually runs the cons in the area, or at least I did. I don't know about the others. Because I know Nick still tries to go to the con because he likes to work security and shit. Mostly because one, it gives him free access to the con, and then two, any of like the big guests that would show up, like last year or the year before, DC Douglas showed up, and he was able to like talk with him a little bit, get a picture, and all that type of shit. But I figured it out like real early on because like this guy that I knew explained it that the person that actually puts on the con, he's in trouble with like a bunch of different scenes because he was essentially taking like underage girls up to his room and being like, "Hey, do you want some weed? Do you want some coke? Do you want some beer? Do you want to do some stuff?" and basically trying
Are
to
we
shoot.
are we getting back into the are we getting back into the
Kind
sex
of.
offender shit?
Kinda, yeah. He would take like underage girls and bring them back to his hotel room for like some sexy time. And
God damn it!
yeah, so I'm like, nope, fucking done with you. So part of it was originally, yeah, the
Oh
con
god.
sucked. The other one was, like I said, the dude told me. I thought it was a bunch of bullshit because he just didn't fucking want us to go anymore. Like, oh yeah, no, if you guys stop going to the con, then fucking I won't have to fucking worry about seeing you fuckers. Cause you know, like I was friends with the guy, but the guy didn't really like anybody else in the group. No idea why. He just didn't like anybody else in the fucking group. So I wasn't sure if he was just trying to be like, yes, fucking stop going to the con, then I don't have to see you guys. But then later on, I figured it out through social media posts that yeah, no, that's some legit shit. Like this dude is a piece of shit, and we should like everybody needs to stop supporting the fucking con. Like I think the only way to get people to stop fucking supporting the con in general would be as opposed to like a social media fucking call for justice, which is one of the few times I would admit, yeah, do that, would literally have motherfuckers standing outside of the fucking hotel with signs that basically say, do not go to this con, especially on fucking, you know, like opening day. Like people showing up at like 6, 7 a.m. with fucking signs, you know, trying to sneakily hide it from everybody else, being like, don't support this fucking con. The guy that runs it is a piece of shit. You know what I mean? The guy that throws the con that you're giving all the fucking money to, who's basically getting rich off you fucking paying like $100 for the fucking three, you know, like the 3 week badge. If you pre-order it, if you show up day of, it's like $100 a day. That motherfucker's profiting off your money and basically taking underage fangirls or anybody who's like just lolly looking enough up to his fucking, you know, room because he purposely books the fucking
Oh,
penthouse to fucking go up there and
oh,
be like, I
fucking!
got a hot tub. How's about, you know, we get in the hot tub and
Are
you
you
know.
fucking cheating me?
Oh god no. Like this dude is a hardcore piece of fucking shit. Like I believe at one point in
How
time
is
he
he
was
not in
even
jail? How is he?
because I guess the case got dismissed like on some technical loophole, but he's been like a hell of a lot more sneaky about it, and I guess he's trying to set it up as like a, you know, fucking con girls go wild type of shit where it's like, hey, yeah, no, we're getting, you know, a bunch of these girls that are going to the con and doing like a cosplay porno thing, and I think he's trying to cash in on that shit. But yeah, it's this dude's like a right royal fuck bag, and I was done with it for a while because like the first one I went to was the last good one, and then a bunch of people figured it out and they stopped fucking showing up. And the only reason why anybody shows up to the con anymore in terms of the vendors is because they need the fucking money, and the fans that show up are people who don't know that this guy's like a hardcore horrible piece of shit. So but that's the fucking Midwest con circuit for you. And there's one dude that does it because he can get fucking rich off of it, and he's a fucking piece of shit. So until he either dies or is no longer associated with it, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm gonna get off here, man.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I have nothing else to talk about.
no,
Maybe later. I don't know. Well, maybe later. I don't know. The day of my birthday, I'll do a fucking BC or something. But
right.
this was fun. See you later.
Yep. See you, man. And if I don't catch you because I'm busy with work and fucking dying, early happy birthday, man.
Thanks, bro. Bye.
Bye. Oh, well, that was fun. Just dicking about for a little bit. But either way, I am heading out here, guys. I got fucking pizza to cook and eat. And I've got fucking YouTube to watch because I got to get caught up on fucking Jack, Mark, and the Grumps. So either way, I will catch everybody later. Like I said, I don't know how the streams are going to go from here on out, if there are going to be any more or what. But like I said, I'm hoping come tax time, fucking God's willing, I can pay off my fucking credit card bill and see about a semi-cheap GPU. I've had my eye on one for a little while now, and it's supposedly only about 450, 500 bucks. So, and it's the only one that's high enough grade for me to be able to do what I got to do, as well as, actually it'll work with my machine. But either way, again, I appreciate everybody who hung out. So usually Chris, as always, anybody who watched the VOD of this. Like I said, if the subject matter got a little heavy for you guys, again, I apologize. There's no fucking trigger warnings to the show because we just talk about whatever the hell happens. So if you were triggered and pissed off, I apologize. If you're one of those people who was triggered and pissed off and you got a friend who you're like, oh yeah, no, you need to watch this guy's shit, and your friend watched it and you didn't, you were like, man, that was some bullshit. Like I said, this is my apology to you. Again, whatever happens, happens. And like I said, it's life sucks, wear a helmet, again, to quote Dennis Leary. But like I said, I appreciate everybody who watches my shit. I appreciate everybody who comes out. And if you guys want more, comment sections below. Tell me if you want me to play a certain game. Tell me if you want me to stream a certain thing. Tell me what the fuck you want me to do, and maybe I'll come back and start doing it more. Like I said, maybe February come tax time. After I get some bills paid and a little bit of some money set aside for my wedding coming up next year, because that's the other thing that's been fucking draining my bank account. We'll get it sorted. But either way, again, I appreciate everybody, and I love you, and I'll catch you guys later.